Hello, people. We are back. A2TP podcast, episode 271, and we are back. I am your boy, International Walt. This is
your girl Tosh, the co-host is with the mostest,
and we back for another episode of us. What's with the horse sounds?
I had to do it 3 times. I did it once and then didn't. I had to do it 3 times. I'm sorry.
Why 3 times? That's the OCD shit.
Yeah.
Stop it. Knock it off. We back for another episode of us. Y'all here, we here. Let's get right to it. How are you?
I'm good.
Go. What's going on with you? What was the last week like?
How life por favor. Cámate. Life is good.
Uno momento.
Life is good.
One
moment. The last week has been a blessing. I'm here again, so that I'm always grateful. Mentally, I'm a 9. I feel good. I feel great. No issues, nothing, weighing on me.
You're low again. You're low again.
Other than the price of gas.
Oh God, that's weighing on you.
No, I'm saying that facetiously, but yeah, feel good. No issues. Finances are a 9. Grateful to God for all of His blessings. Work is a 9. Work was really good this week. I'm grateful. I'm just grateful for God's blessings, God's blessing, even in the things that are intangible, like protecting us from our thoughts, protecting us, His reminders. I'm just grateful. So work is a 9, and physically I'm a 9 too. I feel good. No issues. Yeah. I'm a little leery about to embark on a 24 to 36 hour journey, but other than that, I feel good. What about you? How are you?
I'm good. Mentally, I feel like a 9 on the head side of things. I
don't know what that means, but okay.
Pause.
Okay.
That's one of them pausable things. No, I feel good. I feel like a 9. Ain't nothing on my mind. Ain't nothing stressing me out. Head is clear. All good there. Finances is an 8. God is good. God's blessing to us, and I appreciate that. Work is a 9. Work has just been smooth, easy sailing. Everything's going great.
You miss your boy?
New people. I do miss my man.
Yeah, I know.
I feel bad for him because he's so far away. I know he like, what the fuck? Like, I'm way down here. But hey, sometimes things switch up. Just roll with the flow. And physically, I feel like a 10. I had a great workout today. Awesome upper body workout. I feel good. Yeah, I feel great. I'm usually a little pooped. And like tomorrow is kind of like my Friday, so yeah, I feel good. I feel great.
Yeah, I feel good too. We did have a really good workout, and we've been going to the track, which walking outside is one of my favorite exercises and just favorite things to do. Like we have gone
walk and talk.
Yeah, we've gone to New York City and walked the city for hours. Oh, well, yeah. I only brought my headphones because I wasn't sure that that's what we were doing.
One time and your feet
died. Like, that was bad. But like, we've had just like literally walked for hours, just walking. And you put on some comfortable shoes and nice weather. You dress comfortably, I just love a good walk. So I love us, get hit in the track. The weather hasn't fully broke yet, but we started early.
Wasn't going there today. I was like, nope.
Yeah.
Too cold.
Yeah.
Too cold today.
Your wows and woes this week?
Wow. Wow, it's just another week. No stress, no drama. Ticker's still ticking. Yours still ticking. Everybody I love still ticking. So, yeah, just thankful for another week and no woes. Nothing. Well, you know what? Jada, if you're watching this, I haven't heard from you in a week. So, be nice to hear from you. Just, I don't know. Just, text your pops. That's all.
Okay. I was gonna say, well, I was gonna say I'll piggyback off of you, but you added a woe. My wow is just like you said, being here another week. Grateful. Just another moment that we're living is great. So being here another week is great. And then I don't have any woes. I'm extremely grateful. So there's that.
Cool. You got an upcoming some upcoming butt play. It's like, no, my baby got a colonoscopy coming up. I don't want to make it sound like she about to go do a movie or some shit.
That was very crazy.
She got medical butt play going on. And this is your second, to my knowledge, and I've had one before. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of hang up on getting a colonoscopy and getting your butt entered and cameras and all that kind of stuff. And me just going through one last year, I can say, is a stigma around men getting them. But as girls, do y'all talk about getting a colonoscopy as much as it's put on men to do so?
I mean, yeah, there isn't
like I know
much.
Y'all hold on nothing. Like I know y'all talk a lot about like vagina stuff and pap smears and smashing your titties and stuff like that. But do y'all talk about, because it's such a non-prevalent thing in women, but do y'all talk about like
what's non-prevalent?
Colon cancer.
Really, is it?
It's not as prevalent as men. I'm not saying it's not there.
No. I was just asking because I didn't.
Versus men, it's more in men than it is in women.
I can imagine it to probably be true because men are probably less likely to get a colonoscopy just because it's. So no, I was genuinely asking because I didn't know if there was like stats around, and I can also imagine that when it is found in men, it's probably further along than women.
It's not in your routine checkup. It's like. Is it like in a yearly thing? Is that something that's brought up, not done, but
no, because unless you're having some issues. So I only had it done before because I had some GI issues going on, and my doctor just wanted to check and make sure everything from all angles was working as it should. But to answer your question, I guess this isn't something. Okay, you think about this. As women, you start going to the GYN early, like I guess depending on when you're sexually active. Mm-hmm. I probably started going when I was 18, 19-ish.
Regularly.
Yeah. So that's so I mean you're having that conversation
at
more.
That time, was that your first?
Yeah. Okay. I'm thinking like I was 18, 19. I know I didn't go like living at home, and I left home at 18. So I'm thinking like 19-ish was probably the first time I went. So that conversation amongst women you have more prevalently because it's happening for a longer duration of your life. Your mammogram, you talk about that, but that conversation doesn't really start until you're 40. So yeah, you're having those conversations. At 40, I check with my girl. I'll make sure Toya like, hey, you scheduled your mammo. My middle sister just turned 40. So those are conversations we're having. The colonoscopy is a new conversation because from a insurance standpoint, you don't start going until you're 45. So right. It isn't a conversation. Now, again, now that we're at that age, probably will be a conversation. I, checking with my girls who are 45, like, hey, have y'all gone? Because we're at that age now. So it's not a conversation you're having like frequently. It's just
y'all
reached that
have
age.
The conversations in stages, and because of age.
When it comes time for you to do
right,
it. Yeah.
Right. Okay. It just made me think like, okay, if you're talking about all the body parts and you're talking about smashing your tits and you're talking about, did you get your vag checked? Yeah. Like you would think, okay, did you get your booty checked? Because stuff can happen.
But we ain't talking about getting our tits smashed at 30 because you don't. No, there are some people for other reasons that make, if you have family history, you start much earlier, but traditionally you don't start until 40. So you're not having that conversation until you're 40. Now we start talking about, hey, you got your colonoscopy, and that kind of thing. Then once I think the age for your shingles vaccination is 60 or 50. Okay. So then we'll start checking in with each other to see if we got that. But, so that, I mean, like you said, women, there really isn't that stigma, not that I'm aware of, because we don't have that. Not saying that everybody has anal sex, but we don't have the same, whether you agree or don't agree with anal sex, it's not that same stigma that men has. Like
no, because it's allowed with women. I mean, you know, they look at it. Well, society looks at it as it could be part of sex, a kink or something.
Well, I mean, you have homosexual men, and that it's
I'm
looked
just saying,
at.
but my point is that's not accepted.
What that you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it is accepted, just with heterosexual men, there's more of a stigma around it because they're looked at as why you want to let somebody go in your butt. But you know from your experience, it ain't even something that, first of all, you sleep, you wake up, you have no.
You don't even feel it. You have no recollection of
at
what
all.
happened. They
At
show
all.
you what happened on a piece of paper. Then you just look and see, like, okay, these are the pictures, but you don't feel anything. You don't feel any different. You don't feel.
You don't bleed.
As
like,
a man, you don't feel violated. Like, you don't feel like something was played with. Like, you don't feel like that. Like, as I guess as a person would feel after something went in there. Like, you know, the camera's this fucking small. But so I there's a stigma around that, especially for black men, and I even thought that way too. Like, I don't want nobody playing in my butt. But again, I've had life-changing incidents happen in my life, so I'm not opposed to, hey, if you do this can save your life.
Yeah.
So if you tell me that, then I'm doing the thing to save my life. Like, I don't give a fuck what the stigma is, how it hurts, or, you know, how much pride I lose. I don't give a shit. Like, if it's going to help prolong my life, sign me up for it.
I think for men, more, I mean, the colonoscopy it's more invasive, but I would think less, like when y'all go to your GYN appointment, I'm sorry, when y'all go to your PCP, like your routine checkups, and they do the prostate with like a finger while you're awake and standing, I would think that is more maybe traumatizing. But even that is not, I mean, you've had that done. Like, it doesn't, the doctors know how to do it. They're not hurting you.
No. It's not a.
It's more of a mental
It's not
thing.
Like I'm trying to. A good analogy would be like, it's not a girl getting her hymen broken. It's not like you know, it's like a digit. So you don't really feel it. You don't really feel it. You feel it, but you don't feel it. It's not like you think, oh, something large is about to enter.
Well, a girl doesn't feel her hymen being broken either.
It's
but
just an analogy.
No, I get what you're saying. You're not going as far.
Yes,
yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Like, I understand biology.
Yeah. But you know what? You just taught me something. I didn't realize that it was. So it's just the first digit.
Yeah, it's just a digit, and they go up because they're feeling for lumps and shit like that. It's not the whole finger.
No, I knew it wasn't. Well, maybe I can't
fingers.
say that I knew it was. I thought maybe it was like the finger, but you know,
it's not the whole finger. It's like a digit, maybe a digit and a half.
Okay. And like you said,
it's the knuckle.
Okay, so the first two digits.
Just the knuckle.
But like you said, to save your life.
And it's for 3 seconds. It's not like it's there for 5 fucking minutes and they talking. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
And it's over with.
And it's once a year. And actually now, they don't even do that like every time because they do like the blood work. And like if your blood work is right, then they don't even have to do that.
And it's more, the stigma on men was you don't want nobody playing in your butt. Then the stigma was going away because men were dropping dead of colon cancer and prostate cancer. So now the stigma is kind of not like, it's like just lingering there, not going away because now you have the colon cleanse where you can shit in a bag, send it away, and then they send you results. So now there's men out there saying, if this is an option, then why y'all still getting y'all butt played with?
But the thing is this though, and this is I remember when you had to get it done, the doctor said, and my primary care doctor has said, I mean my whatever, a doctor has said this, there is a very high likelihood of, it's not a colon cleanse, but I know what you're talking about. Like when you give the stool sample.
Right. I think the company is called, is it colon cleanse? I think that's the name of the company.
But the it's a high probability.
Cologuard. That's the name.
It's a high probability that your stool sample will have blood in it. Even if it's not visible, there could be a trace of blood. If there's a trace of blood, then they're going to want to do the real colonoscopy anyway to make sure that it's no problem.
But I think it's not as simple as that. I think they use like a baseline. Like we know there's going to be some blood, but if there's a upper level of blood or cancerous cancerous cells in that blood, then there's
well,
an
when
issue.
the doctor said to you, when they gave you the option,
It
that's
wasn't a good idea.
Yeah, that's what they said. If they find blood,
It's not as
they're
good as
gonna
what you're gonna,
yeah,
is the real shit.
they're gonna want to do it anyway. So I mean, look, I would rather somebody do the Cologuard than not do anything at all. But I would hope that people just, do away with the stigma or the fear. Like, it doesn't make you gay to get a colonoscopy. And it could very well save your life. But I'll tell you the hardest part, which is, like I mentioned, I'm gonna have to endure, is
the not eating.
You have to fast. And I mean, this isn't for religious purposes or anything like that. Like, you literally can only drink liquids, and they kind of expanded a little bit because they did say, oh, you can have applesauce, or you can have water ice, just nothing red, which is new to my understanding, because they didn't say that before. But you nothing solid for 24 hours, and for minimum 24 hours, because it's for the day before and then leading up to. So if your appointment is at 9, if it's at 2, if it's at 4, you can't eat anything, and you have to drink liquid that makes you clean out your system. So that's the worst part. It's like,
and it's a gallon of liquid. It's not just a glass. It's a gallon.
And it don't taste good. And it don't taste good. No. So that is like the worst part. Now, I will say, and this isn't like nothing to like hang your head on. I've had several surgical procedures before, like where different things where I've had to be put to sleep. That being put to sleep is what they call like twilight. Like, you wake up and feel like you had a nap. Like, you don't feel like you've been under general anesthesia. You're asleep. You don't feel anything. You don't remember anything. But you wake up and like you're awake. You don't wake up where you're like all groggy for a few days. Like when you had it done versus when you had your hernia procedure. Do you remember like the difference in like your recovery?
Yeah. I was able to just like get some air, get something to eat, and feel fine. Yeah. Like maybe in 2 or 3 hours, I felt like back to myself. Yeah. Definitely felt back to myself the next day. Like after 100%. I had a long night's sleep. After the hernia surgery, I was loopy for a while. I remember coming downstairs the next day or when I could and still didn't feel right. Because again, I remember in my mind, I thought, I'm going to have this surgery on a Monday morning. I'm going to go to work Wednesday. I'm going to be able to drive, sit in a chair, and just be at work and recover. Tuesday night, I knew for a fact, like, who the hell did I think I was? Like, she
arguing with me.
No, like, I was thinking in my head, she told me, like, she had surgery. She knew. Like, I did not know that I would be in that much pain, and I didn't know that I would be that demobilized. Like, it made sense. She was like, they didn't just cut your top skin. Like, they was in there playing.
Like, they was in your
fixing
meat.
Stuff and moving shit around. And, yeah, you got to, like, after surgeries, you got to, like, the bathroom, you got to pee right again, fart right again. Like,
you got to walk
poop
right.
Yeah, like, all that shit got to
right.
be right again. So, yeah, I attest to that, yeah.
Yeah, and now, one of the things, we go by these medical guidelines and so forth, and they say, if nothing is found when you get a colonoscopy, then you don't have to come back for 10 years. That is so frightening to me. And I feel like this just perpetuates that cycle. Like when people say they kind of want us to be sick because that's where the money is. Cure shit. Early prevention. And I, maybe some numbers show that, you don't have to come. I'm not saying come every year, but maybe every 3, maybe 5 at the most. 3? But 10 years just seems like such a long time, because everybody that might be having issues may not be bleeding or have something that causes alarm. And then by the time it does cause alarm, before that 10-year mark, let's say, 4 years later, when you're like, oh my God, my stomach is hurting so bad all the time, it could be too late. Or let's say at the 7-year mark. Like, and it's like, okay, if y'all had let me come at the 3 or 5-year mark, maybe, but y'all told me I gotta wait until 10 years.
This is why I don't understand, and I don't even want to get into it, but if you pay for premiums every month confidence, your insurance, and you got access to shit, why the fuck can't you just say, for the people who pay for insurance, I want to get this? Now, don't get me wrong. There has to be some parameters in there where no abuse of services is happening. So let me just say that. But still, you should. If I pay for this shit, I could be paying for this shit for 5 years and nothing ever happened to me. But if I want to get a couple tests done, I got parameters and time frames and ages I can come to. Like, nah, that shit's not right. And it falls right into the category of, we don't cure shit. We just help you manage shit. We want y'all to be sick so we can just stay in business.
Yeah, definitely perpetuates that.
That's a whole nother conversation. But you're safe and secure in your thoughts in your colonoscopy that's coming up.
I always feel
I'm not like really can get a good read on you, not unless it's something serious. Then I can read your emotions. But for things like this, I don't know, like, if you're worried, if you're just like, hey, it's just a routine checkup, or
to be completely honest, I always feel like this sense of like powerlessness anytime, like, I'm not worried about the colonoscopy, but anytime I'm being put to sleep, I kind of feel like this sense of powerlessness, like I could never wake up again and there's nothing I can do about it. Like, but I do, like, I always have that. And again, this is like, unfortunately, I probably have had surgery like, 6 to 8 times or something in our life. And I always have that feeling of like, all right, like, I could close my eyes and I got to make it right with God and hope my family be okay. And then when I wake up, I'm like, whoo, thank you, God. Like, I always feel that way. And for me, it's a weird calmness. It's an internal nervousness at first and a weird calmness that comes over me, because it's like, girl, ain't nothing you can do. Like, absolutely nothing. Like, there's nothing you can do.
That was a catch-22.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, I'm glad you shared in that moment, but I wish you wouldn't have.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Like, now I feel away.
No, don't feel like that. Don't feel like that. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Damn, my baby's scared. I'm scared for her.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't. But I don't let it stop me from
doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, because God forbid, something, and not that I feel like anything is wrong. Like, I would be completely shocked if they said something was wrong, because but I want to know. I want to know, like, what we got to do. Do it again. Make sure y'all saw what y'all saw. Like, do it again. Go back up. Come on, I'm gonna go back to sleep. Y'all go back up there. Look again. See what's there. I need a second opinion, and I might go somewhere else and have them do it a third time, just so we could be sure. But yeah, I don't want to be sick. I mean, nobody does, no. But it's like, I'm not going to allow, that fear to stop me from potentially, saving myself, God forbid, if something was wrong.
Especially if we live in a country that perpetuates being sick.
Yeah.
That's scary when you could be sick. Mm-hmm. It's scary. I don't even know how to transition into this, but what's going around the internet is black fatigue. That's like a new buzz term that's going around. I don't know if it's going to catch or what, but some people may have heard this. Now, what we're not going to do is sit up here and bash black people. I just want to say that and preface that before we start talking about this. We're not going to bash black people. This ain't about this ain't about sitting up here bashing black people. So that's not what I'm about to do. That's not what she about to do. But I do have questions. I do want to get some stuff out on the table. Also, I do not care about what other races do. This is a black conversation. I don't care about the whites. I don't care about what other people do. This is specifically about why we do what we do. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people, there's a video I showed you right before we started, and you see what the definition and thoughts behind this is. So there's a lot of videos going around about, that show black people fighting cops, escalating situations to, like, just clearly that didn't have to go that left or that south, and it went that way because you was angry, you was upset, you trying to fight the cop or shoot the cop, fighting retail people, fighting each other in airports and shit like that. And it's just like an overwhelming, barrage of these videos and stuff online. Now it can be, because we black, that's what we see. Okay, that's cool, but why are we so angry and like always caught doing things like this, like fighting in the airport, and nobody thinks, hey, I'm gonna be banned forever to fly again? Like it's like people wake up, or our people wake up, and right now in this climate in this country, like we're angry all the time, and it's like, at what though? Is it just like life stuff? Is it just like the same old stuff we've been going through, bills and kids and not having enough? Or is it like, like it's like a pulsating, like something's like, it's almost like everybody has the potential to pop. Mm. And it's just lots and lots and lots of videos. I wake up every day and see lots of people escalate, lots of our people escalating situations that don't have to be escalated. Like regular traffic stops. Hey, you ran a stop sign, the nicest, the sweetest cop, and you turn around and say you a hoe, or fuck is wrong with you. And it's like, Jesus Christ, man, like what's on your mind? Why are people so angry? And have you had any thoughts on this?
So, yes and no. First, let me say, it does have something to do with your algorithm, because I see a lot of videos from you, but I don't see those things on my timeline. So I think it's about what we engage in. And when we know we're in this social media world, so I'm not going to say things haven't changed. Yes, I'm sure there's been an escalation of events, but I don't think this is anything new. I think just social media now, like, instead of seeing a couple local stories on the news, we're seeing national stories or worldwide stories, because we have access to it. So I think that just puts a magnifying glass on it, and it amplifies the issue. I also think the percentage, I think the percentage of Black people that are participating in these kind of activities is so minuscule compared to those who are being upstanding citizens in this world. Those who are, not
doing that stuff,
doing these kind of things. But
doesn't that affect you though too? Not to cut you off, but doesn't the behavior of some affect the way that everybody can be looked at in certain instances?
I think an ignorant person, yeah, because you shouldn't judge a group of people based on the actions of a few, but it can. So I recognize that, and I'm not concerned about that, because, well, again, I can't change how somebody looks at me because of somebody else's actions. I can only continue to be me. But unfortunately, yeah, that's why you have the people that will cross the street if a group of Black boys are coming, and or they'll grab their pocketbooks. Hell, I might grab my pocketbook, depending, because we see, we see these groups of Black men or these YNs running around doing crazy stuff in the streets. So we kind of look like, this look like this could be the same activity. So yeah, like that. But again, it's unfair judgment, but it's also about self-preservation. So
it affects you in your day-to-day life if you was to go and see a bunch of fucking 15, 16-year-old kids in Nike Techs and Pooh Shiesties. You might cross the street instead of walking through them. Because of, why take the chance?
I might, but I think I also have more discernment than a white person would. But it doesn't mean I'm going to be completely oblivious and think I'm 100% safe. Right. But I think, they may do that because they see, a group of guys with Pooh Shiesties. But they may also do that if they see, a group of guys walking down the street that look clean cut, just got on quarter zips, and they just Black.
Right.
So I think my discernment would be different than that. But let me also say, Black people are angry, and they have a right to be, because of so much that is going on. And I'll say right now in this world, not just Black people, a lot of people, especially Americans, but since we're just talking about Black people, it's so much that's going on that and anger, I learned from therapy, is a secondary emotion. So that anger is stemming from a lot. It's stemming from sadness. It's stemming from fear. It's stemming from disappointment. It's stemming from loneliness. So yeah, there is a lot of anger, and it's almost like simmering and you just, we talked about the other day, I was saying I like being in, our little bubble because I like having my peace and I don't want anybody to try to disturb my peace. And I had a talk with my girlfriend, Nanette, actually today, because she had posted something on social media saying how people keep effing with her and she trying to maintain her peace. And I just called it like, hey, just checking on you, making sure you good. And, we just kind of had that talk like, even when you're trying to, be good and be at peace, we all, or a lot of us, I won't say we all, some do better than others, could snap at any moment because it's a lot of things that simmer, and different things can make different people snap, or people's fuses may be shorter than others, but there's a lot going on in personal lives and professional lives and societal lives, worldly matters that add to that. Now
I get it. Hold on. Let me, because I don't want to forget. Okay, cool. I can say everybody is angry and everybody has a right to be angry because of what's happened and the stuff that is happened to us and what's going on. But this crashing out, where's that getting you? Like the anger, when you express it that way, where's that getting you? We talking about people that be with kids and shit, starting fights or fighting with kids, going to jail. Now you remove yourself from your kid's life because you was angry and had a moment of an outburst. But where did that get you?
Yeah.
Like you expressing it that way, where did it get you? So it's like, at what point do we go get, I don't know if it's therapy, but some discernment to say, hey, maybe I don't act out here. Maybe I got my kids with me. I don't bug out. Like
what I think it is it's a lack of emotional intelligence, because like
we talked about
this. I saw a clip from, which it's kind of weird because I guess it's like a play off of Punk'd. Mm-hmm. And now it's like You Got Played, where Draymond Green was in a room and
LeBron and them.
Yeah, and I was saying I was talking to T and J. One of them had sent it, and I said I love Draymond's emotional intelligence in that moment because he removed himself before, because he knew, like,
he's like, I'm gonna leave if you're gonna keep hollering like that, because I'll fuck you up.
Yeah, and that is what so many people lack. They don't have that emotional intelligence to think, I gotta remove myself from this environment because I know myself. I know what my reaction may be, and it's taking accountability for your own actions. Now, some people might be like, "Oh, well, you shouldn't even feel like." It don't matter what somebody should or should not feel like, but it's having that emotional intelligence to know, okay, we saw the girls fighting in the airport, and when I read like the details, they were upset, which we encountered a situation like this where the airline tried to charge them for a bag that they were carrying on. And they popped off, and it took. Now again, that happened to us, and when it happened to you, it was another father. He had a family of 4. You had to pay $100. He had to pay $100. You had to pay $105. He had to pay $420 just off the bat at the gate, getting on the plane. Neither one of y'all popped off, and y'all were pissed. But it's that emotional intelligence and thinking like, I don't want to be put on a no-fly list. I don't want to allow family. I don't want to allow I'm angry right now because I'm upset, because I'm disappointed that I had to spend this money. This isn't fair. It isn't right. But I can't react. And I think that's what people don't have. It's like that check in their minds to say, no matter how you feel, don't allow your emotions to make you write a check that your ass can't cash.
That's the glitch I'm talking about. Like, where's the discernment to say, hey, I'm gonna be in jail now, I'm gonna need bail money, now I got a case, or now the DCF is coming past my house because I got locked up in the airport and my 2 kids was alone for fucking 6 hours while I was being locked up.
Some of it too is, I think a lot of people don't. A lot of these people who act like this, and this is my assumption because I don't know them, don't have nothing to lose. It's right. You're going to react differently when you have something to lose versus somebody who knows, you know what? let's take no fly list. I mean, because of course you want to be able to travel. That's important too. But you got a
Obviously,
job.
you're at the airport. You want to go somewhere.
Yeah, you got a job though. Like you got money. You got a house. Like I don't want to put any. I got a family. I don't want to put. I got kids. I don't want to put any of that in jeopardy because I'm allowing my emotions to get to me. But when people don't have like a job or a job that they care about, they don't really care about, their kids because, maybe the kids with their grandma, or maybe they don't have kids, or like they don't own a home. So they're not thinking about potentially having to put your home up for like, what is it, bond or bail or something. Like they're not thinking about any of that because their lives are already chaotic. So this moment of chaos ain't nothing to them.
But it's bigger than what they think, because you still go home to an apartment if you don't own a house. You still have a place to lay your head. You still may have a car. You still may have some sort of life, maybe not on the level that you desire or want it to be on, but you still live a life. You may have a couple of kids that you just can't remove yourself from outside society just because you mad for 2 seconds.
But again, that's where the emotional intelligence.
Like somebody want to charge you for a bag and you want to reach across the counter and slap the lady who says you got to pay $100.
Yeah.
Like that shit, I can't fathom that. They told me I had to pay $100. I looked at the lady like, are you serious? But that's the most you're going to get from me. I'm not going to smack the lady and turn around to my wife and think like we about to go where we were going and go on our trip and everything's okay. I'm about to go to jail. She about to go in our bank account, get bail money. I need a fucking lawyer. We're not going where we're going. And she gonna be pissed at me because you couldn't keep it together for 30 seconds, pay that fucking $100 instead of us paying $12,000.
I read something today that said, you don't understand it because you would have never acted that way because you shouldn't act that way.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't even about this, but when you said I can't fathom, you can't fathom it because you would never act that way. So you shouldn't be able to fathom it because it's like that's not even in your scope to act like that. Another thing is sometimes when people live in chaos, they don't recognize chaos. Like them girls popping off. Yeah, them girls popping off. It's like that's the norm. They probably would have acted the same way if the lady at the Chinese store didn't give them an extra soy sauce or something. Like it's like they don't even recognize the chaos because and again, this is all projection. I don't know those women. I don't know any of these people that be on the internet acting a fool because nobody that I love or are friends with act like that. So
because it's just like come outside every day and I'll lose it at 7:30 in the morning. Like I don't have to get agitated. I'm already fucking agitated. And it's like I'm in here praying, thanking God that I woke up and got another chance to breathe and I get a chance to see my wife again and kiss her and hug her. And people are walking outside at 7 o'clock in the morning pissed the fuck off because they woke up.
Yeah,
I'm back in this shit again. I'm back shaking and moving, or the fucking kids are screaming again. I gotta take you to school. Like, I don't get it. I can't understand.
And some people don't know how to compartmentalize their issues. It was this video of this guy. This was funny, but not funny because it was like, damn, like, did you have to do that? This guy was in his car making a video and he was saying how he almost had to F his barber up. He had a fresh haircut and he messed up. And he turned and he was like cursing out the lady, like, what you looking? And it was like,
fuck you looking at me.
But you really was mad about your haircut and you totally blew up on this lady. She could have been looking at you thinking, damn, he looked good.
Her nigga could have been laid back in the passenger seat sleep and leaned up like, what the fuck you say? He could have been strapped. Like, it's just why do that?
But again, it's people can't compartmentalize. You were mad at your barber. So in that moment, anybody could have got it for any reason. It's the lack of emotional intelligence that people take a moment to step back and it's like your brain has to compute like cause, effect, potential consequences, outcome, risk assessment, do all of that in that moment and think, is this worth it? And I would think probably 99% of the time, it ain't worth it.
No, crashing out with your kids is never worth it. Telling a cop he a hoe and you gonna shoot him is never worth it. Telling a person who owns an establishment, I can eat in here when it's clearly a sign that says you can't eat, that's not good thinking. That's not good thinking. I don't care if you're grown. I don't care if you got 17 kids and been doing it out the mud. If a sign is on the door that says you can't do something in here, then that means you can't do the thing in there. Mm-hmm. Like, I just don't get that. And certain people respect it and be like, hey, I'm going to eat out here or I'm going to do that thing out here. And certain people be like, fuck that. I'm going to do what I want to do when I want to do it. And that's what I don't understand. It's like you live in a society where you don't want to follow any kind of rules, but don't want any repercussion over it. Like, what was the term in the video? Like, and bring back embarrassment. Nobody's embarrassed over anything no more.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I like when we see some videos. I think to myself, I hope, it's probably not the case, but I hope some of these people have somebody in their life when they go home and they are real with them and let them know, like, yo, you were bugging. Like, you did not have to act like that. To kind of check them. But unfortunately, if you got people that are rallying behind the foolishness and you surround yourself with people who would have done the same, you're not going to change behavior. Your kids are seeing you act this way. It's a chance that they're going to grow up and be the same kind of people that act that way. I mean, it in a lot of cases, for me, it's like secondhand embarrassment, not because I care, again, like I care about what somebody, like a white person, what they look at me about, but I have secondhand embarrassment for them where it's like, girl, like, you out here fighting with your titties out, you out here just whatever the situation. It was a girl, cute girl, like, I don't even know what happened. She was in McDonald's and I don't know what happened, but she went behind the counter and like cursing everybody out, destroyed it. And this lady's recording her like, I'm gonna put this on Facebook. She was like, that's good. And she was with two friends and was telling them, I have no idea what happened, but it was just like, girl, like, really, like.
Did you see the girls hanging in the window of the fast food place, and they was tossing all the drinks?
I've seen that before.
It's like, why, like.
But again, that pack mentality. One of those girls could have been like, this ain't really cool. We shouldn't be doing this. But again, a lot of people, they have that pack mentality. You're around people that act like that. If all you need is one friend in the car to be like, yo, y'all chill. What are you doing? Like, this ain't cool. Then you might have people to be like, shut up, this, But, or you could have people that, it's like, oh, she right. Like, it's sad. It's really sad. Again, I don't think that, like, I know you said you don't care about what other races do. Unfortunately, in this case, you are right, where I think it is a prevalence of us, but I think we're seeing it so much more because, it's now, we got the white Karens, and they've been being Karens for years. We just now put a name to it, and we see that so much more as well. But it's just one of them things. What's weird, though? Kind of not off topic, but about the topic. No, about the topic. When you said black fatigue, I attributed black fatigue as black people being tired. No, like, not us being like embarrassed of other black. So I don't know if they stole that term. Like, that's what I interpreted black fatigue as like we tired of the system. We tired of the struggle.
It's not interpreted that way. So it's like one of them things where, again, it was like, it's like the black, like Chris Rock did a bit where it's like blacks and niggas. Remember that thing he talked about that? Like, black people are great, this and this and that, working and this and that. It's niggas you don't want to live next to. So it's like that kind of thing. It's like, there's great upstanding black folks who, like you said, probably is the majority. But damn, man, like, damn. Like, damn, like, what the hell is going on? And again, it's secondhand embarrassment for me because it makes me feel bad. It's not nothing that I want to highlight in the factor of why the fuck is it going on? Why are people so angry? But it's secondhand embarrassment too, because I look at that shit and be like, damn, like, why y'all bugging out like this? You don't know what your life gonna be in 5 or 10 years, and you ain't gonna be able to fly nowhere because you lost it in a fucking airport.
I think if those videos stopped getting thousands of likes and views, people would stop posting them. Not to say the behaviors would change necessarily, but there are some things that people do. Now, you bugging out in the airport and getting arrested. No, you're not necessarily doing it to go viral, but fights and things like that, or going into the fast food establishment and destroying it, or going through the window and throwing stuff. That's for likes? A lot of people, yeah, I think because why would they record it? Yeah. So I think if those videos stop getting so many views and likes, we would stop seeing it and people would stop doing it as much. Or
the videos you see with girls or the guys, everybody is fighting, and it's little fucking kids walking into the fight like, stop, mommy, stop. Like, or trying to fight the other girl that their mom is fighting, and they're fucking 5, 6, 7 years old. Like, at a certain point, it's just like, come on, man. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And talking about the young generation and the YNs, we had a discussion about how in the past, I would say since 2019 till about now, so 6 years, the way that this young generation, 14 to 18, has murdered each other. They're going to be young kids, 14, 15, going to jail and dying, being in jail with 100 years and dying with no kids. And like, what's that going to do to that pocket of kids? It's thousands, tens of thousands of kids from all the Baltimores, the Philadelphias, the Floridas, the Chicago, the New Yorks, like the LAs, like all that. The young kids didn't even get a chance to produce, have a baby, do any of that stuff.
I think because you think about it, like you said, 14, 15, 16 years old. So
you ain't had real sex yet.
So we talking about that was 6, 7 years ago. So those people would be 21, 23, 24, 25 years old. I think when we look at the year 2025, like we're gonna maybe even like 20. I'm sorry. I meant to say 2050.
I'm about to say, where are you going with this?
I was thinking
last year.
I was thinking 25 years from now.
Okay.
So between 2040 to 2050, I think that's when we're gonna really see like a decline in population. Like, because
especially in our community.
Yeah, we're gonna see like all of those children that weren't born. Like,
because it's gonna be like your kids didn't have kids.
And not to mention, I think that I don't see as much teenage pregnancy anymore, which is like,
it's a good thing.
Yeah, I would say, which is not a bad thing.
That sounds crazy.
But I think like that added to the boom in population. So with that decreasing, and even we have a lot of young women who are growing up into their 20s and even early 30s and not having kids. Whether they just didn't have them yet or they're waiting to have. I think a lot of people, they don't want to have a struggle life. And what I've always heard people say is you'll never be ready for kids until you have them. But you have some people, like I don't think she'll mind me saying this. My sister's 33 and, she wants kids, but she wants to be, her and her partner to be more financially stable until they feel like they're ready. Again, you can say that when you're 35 and then you may push it to 37. I don't think she'll push it that far, but I think more people are waiting to have kids because they don't want to have a struggle. Now, how that will impact our population. She
wants kids?
She does.
I thought she didn't.
She does. Not a lot. Like maybe one, maybe two. I think maybe one. But, she's, give her a year or two, she just had some enhancements, so she don't want to ruin that either.
No, I just thought she was. My daughter is 27 and she don't want kids.
Right.
So it's like, I know she's a little bit out of that age bracket and probably a generation before Snoop, but she don't want kids and she know that already.
Yeah. And her siblings.
Yeah.
They're, that age, that late 20s, early 30s. No children. Well, her sisters. So, again, I think we're seeing a difference because, young women are just having a different mentality about how they want their lives to look. They're not getting married as early, and they're not having babies as early.
And that's choice that you're talking about. That doesn't speak to the people dying or sitting in jail for 90 years and can't have kids because you went to jail at 14. You got murdered at 14. So your mom never got grandkids or, like that's never been a thing in your life.
Yeah, it's one of them things that's just gonna change in society and see. It's like we hit for a minute. We hit like a thing where you saw, and not to say your mom won't have grandkids because you might have other siblings, but to your point, not from you or not as many as they probably could have. But it was like for a while we seen a big kind of boom in seeing younger grandparents because you had younger parents, and now to your point we'll start seeing less of that.
Like more older grandmothers, just for a generation or two.
So just those how the social norms are changing.
Like nature's gotta level itself back out.
Exactly.
What is socially mandatory? You asked this question. What is socially mandatory that we do but is crazy you think we shouldn't do?
You know what I think, and I don't.
Because I need an example.
We saying God bless you when somebody sneezes. Why?
Because you want God to bless them. It's a thing that your body is a react. You're not supposed to sneeze ever. I read this. When you're born till you die, you're never supposed to sneeze. It's a reaction to something around you. So your heart stops for a second when you sneeze. So that's the implication behind God bless you.
But who said it? Because it doesn't say it like that's not a religious thing.
No, it's a courtesy. It's a societal thing. It's a courtesy thing. It's not a religious thing like Christians do it or Muslims do it or anybody. Everybody does it. Of every religion, you can catch somebody
Jehovah's
saying
Witness
God bless
doesn't
you.
say God bless
Well,
you.
they're a little weird, but for the most part, lots of people will say God bless you, and lots of people take God out of it and just say bless you.
In German they say salute, which is just like good health.
In Spanish they say
I mean in Spanish I meant to say. In German I forget what they say,
Duchenheim.
but it means I can't think of it right now, but it means like good health. But so again, that's just my opinion. That person, I mean, they didn't die from the sneeze because they're still standing here. Us saying it didn't stop them from dying. Like I just think that's something that, you know, somebody can sneeze 17 times. You're supposed to like just keep saying it.
No, you give them one.
Why if somebody's coughing or if somebody's coughing and choking, we don't say God bless you because they didn't choke to death.
What do you mean if somebody's coughing, we don't say?
Like we don't. Why? Like they could. Like let's say somebody, you know, is having a bad cough attack. And they coughing. You know, you give them a sip of water and you like. Who like they get themselves together, like you don't say, "Who God bless you," like they almost died.
No, they didn't. They just was.
They
coughing.
could have choked, is what I'm saying, but we don't like wish them any blessing, any good health.
I never had anybody choke in front of me, so I don't know. I would wish that person if they coughed out a chunk of fucking meat.
I wish we didn't say God bless you, and I really would like to stop.
I'm glad I was here to get that chunk of meat out your chest. Do you mind? This is a lot for me to go home with. Do you mind if I pray right now with you? Because I'm going to go home and be thinking, like, did I really save a life? Like, can you pray with me, man? Like, or lady, because that's what I'm going to say. This is a lot for me.
I would like to stop saying God bless you, but people will look at me like I'm rude. But it's not something that I think we should have to do.
Okay. Holding doors for people.
I gotta admit,
what's the point for that?
I enjoy the chivalry, but I do feel like it's kind of like, why?
And I mean strangers. It's okay if you want to hold the door for your lady. That's okay. That's something y'all have between y'all. That's okay. But holding the door for strangers, why the fuck you got to do that? And why are we judged on that? Like you're rude or ignorant because you didn't hold the door for strangers. It's almost like I don't want to participate in this outside game of some people are nice and some people are polite and some people are mean. So sometime when I hold the door, somebody might say, "Hey, thank you," and look you in the face and acknowledge that you're there holding the door. Or some people might walk through as if you're the fucking doorman.
Do you think it matters how close you are to the person, like as far, or how close they are to you coming behind?
No.
So you don't want to hold it ever?
No. I think if you're going through a door, you should have your hand out. I don't think if you're on my ass, you should have the hand out because you don't know how quick I move. I might slip through that door quick as hell. So holding the door for strangers, I think, is something we do that I don't want to do, but I do.
I also feel like holding and I enjoy the chivalry of it, but who says that like that's a gentleman thing? What woman decided? I'm a lady and I don't want to.
Because it's like you're dainty, you're touching things. It's a heavy door. You don't want to be, like the door we went to eat the other night. We went to that, and it's like that kind of shit. It's like if I'm dressed up nice with heels, I could fall trying to pull this motherfucker open. I ain't got that kind of balance right now. So, it's that kind of thing. And it's like, let me do that for you. So I get that if it's with your lady. But if I'm just doing it for strangers, nah, where does it stop at? What if it's a fucking women, I turn around and open the door and it's 4 women and they like all 6 feet apart. Do I stand there and hold the door for all 4? And 1 say thank you and 3 act like I was supposed to do that shit? And if I didn't and let the door go, they're going to look at me like...
I have another one. And I know you're going to think this is contradictory. No.
Oh, another. Okay, go ahead.
You're going to think this is contradictory because I'm a strong believer in this because it is socially mandatory, but it's an American thing. Tipping. I feel like those people, and I'm talking about the tips that we're supposed, I'm not talking about the people at Starbucks because I don't believe in that. I'm talking about like at restaurants, at the nail salon, the bar. Well, I'm not going to even say that because that is, I won't say that's socially mandatory. It's just a nice to do, like the barbershop and stuff like that. But like in restaurants, it's one of them things where it's like, pay them more. Like this shouldn't be a thing. And the fact that it's only American society really lets you know it shouldn't be a thing. Mm-hmm. It shouldn't be a thing that like we got to pay a little bit extra, on top because these people don't, and it's not their fault, but they don't get paid enough. So you leave it up to us to supplement.
Well, it is their fault, but you still want to have some empathy to it because they sign up for it. That's the structure.
No, I mean, it's not their fault that the system is structured that way. No, it's not their fault,
but that's their fault that they went and took that job.
Yeah.
And because you don't, you can work somewhere else where they pay you a whole paycheck instead of, hey, depending on your personality and how much you shake ass out here, you can make a lot of money. And I don't mean like literally shake ass. I mean like, tap dance and be nice and shit.
Yeah, you got any others?
No. I mean, if I thought about it, I probably could, but holding doors for people really stuck in my craw.
All right, I got one more.
Okay.
Why do we have to call people like Mr. or Miss and stuff? Like, why can't we just call everybody by their first name?
That I think is derived from a more religious thing because it's like respecting your elders. And Mr. and Mrs. was a title put on people that got married, and that showed like there's a class you jump to when you get married. I don't know what it's called, but society looks at you different. Like at least somebody could stand this guy, at least somebody could stand this fucking lady, and they got married and it's a family. So people look at you different. I don't know whether it's good or bad, but you notice it when you get married and call somebody your wife and call somebody your husband. So I think that's where it's like, let's distinguish these people with Mr. and Mrs.
If people just called me Natasha all my life, I would be fine. Like,
do you feel that way about yes sir and
I don't say yes sir
and yes ma'am?
I don't say that.
I didn't say you did. I said, do you feel that way about it? For the people who do, for the people who grew up, say like you met somebody at the place that you give out food at, and they say, yes ma'am, yes ma'am, yes ma'am,
that's
yes ma'am.
completely unnecessary. I don't think. I don't.
But what if that's how I grew up, and that's how my parents told me to address a woman of a certain age?
I understand. I mean, I'm not going to stop.
Although you don't, it's unnecessary. You telling me it's unnecessary. That's my makeup.
And I'm not going to stop you, but I'm just saying I don't think I think everybody should just be called either by a title like mom, dad, aunt, uncle, if you want, because my nieces and nephews don't call me aunt, they call me Tashi.
Yeah, but if a strange kid, if the kids knock on the door and say, hey, Tasha.
I'm fine with that.
Really?
Yeah, I ain't. Yeah.
I ain't.
In what is the schools called? Like Friends schools? What are they? The Quaker schools. They call everybody by their first name. Teachers all that are called by their first names.
Again, I the Quakers. I don't necessarily want to do what the Quakers is doing, but okay, the Quakers do that. That's cool.
But what is it hurting? Like, I just feel like the whole Miss, Mrs., Mr., Ma'am, Sir. I would be okay if you just call me that time.
I think it's a sign of respect, and I think you should take it a little bit more seriously because you're a woman of a certain age, and you want respect when you leave the house. You want young people to respect you and not see you as their peer because you're a certain age, and you earned that. So I think that should stay. I think because it used to be, okay, Miss Tasha coming past the street, y'all stop cursing. Stop being loud. Like, let her walk through. Hey, Miss Tasha, how you doing? And that used to be that way because you were a Mrs. But now, if they look at you like you just cool ass Tosh, then when you walk through the crowd, they're gonna be still cracking dick jokes.
I would want them to still show that same respect, but just again, you can just know my name. That's just me.
Look at you as their peer, though. That's what it is. They're gonna look at you as their peer.
I think it's how you present
not somebody
yourself.
That they
just because they call you Miss or that's just my opinion.
Your parents too? No mom, no dad. You should just call them.
I said you can call them by their title if they make you, but I wouldn't care if my kids that doesn't bother me. We call my mom Wanda.
Ass. Are you kidding me? That's your fucking mother. You better call her mom.
It doesn't bother me. It's not that deep.
Seriously?
Your respect and your love for me is beyond a title.
Again, people get on these podcasts and just start saying shit because let's be real, and I'm not trying to touch a touchy subject here, but let's just say God gave us a child and you wait your whole life to be called mom and you cool with the baby just saying, hey, Tosh. Get the fuck out of here. I'm going to say something.
I'm more so relating to adults, not necessarily kids, but that doesn't change the love and respect that you have.
Okay, that's your opinion. That's your opinion. It changes the respect for me. Maybe not the love, but the respect for me. And I'm putting belt to ass. Call your mother mom.
Okay.
And dare call me Walter and see what happened to you.
You want to do some would you rathers?
Yeah.
All right. So this is in place of our 3 grams?
Sure.
All right. Would you rather be, if you had to have an amazing talent, would you rather be an amazing singer or an amazing dancer? Like, I'm talking about like Chris Brown level dancer or like a Jamie Foxx level singer.
Chris Brown level dancer.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what's weird about that? Because nobody...
You're going to stay thin.
But knowing your personality, you would never let nobody know you had the skills except me.
It's time to work. It's time to go to work. I'll dance my ass off. But other than that, don't be asking me to fucking dance.
I would rather sing. Oh my goodness,
You would overdo it.
You
would overdo it.
Why do you think I would overdo it?
You wake up in the morning and land in the bed fucking singing. It's like, go get your voice together. Like, you don't even know how to carry it. Like, you just singing because you can sing.
Oh my goodness, I would love to be able to sing. I think that's an amazing talent.
It is.
Especially when it's God, like people who like kids and you be like, damn, she could sing as a little kid and they grow up. Like you think like a Fantasia, Jennifer Hudson, they probably been singing since they was 3. But like that talent is just amazing. Mm-hmm. All right. If somebody said, I am going to grant you with forever whatever clothes you want in your closet or whatever shoes you want in your closet, which would you select?
Like you can't have the other one if you get one?
No, you you have to be, if you pick clothes, then you got to be responsible for your own shoes. If you pick shoes, you got to be responsible for your own clothes.
Like, do you rather have shoes on or clothes on?
No. That's a great one. Though.
I know. Let's do that. Like, okay, so if you had to only wear shoes or clothes for the rest of your life,
which would
what are you wearing?
Oh my goodness.
For the rest of your life, you're going to walk around with dirty ass feet and covered or just butt ass naked with the freshest J's on. And sandals and shit.
I'm gonna wear clothes because I could make I could cover my feet with something. I could wear socks.
You cover your body with something.
Wrap my feet up in. You said naked.
Okay.
Wrap my feet up in some paper towels, in some newspaper or something. But just to walk around naked, they're gonna 302 you.
I'm gonna go naked.
You gonna go naked and wear shoes?
You're never gonna be able to live your whole life with no shoes and makeshift shoes. You're never gonna get shoes, and every shoe you gotta make it. You gotta be a fucking cobbler. Like, nah.
So, not to like bring up, any bad memories, but you didn't like walking around, swinging at the bathhouse at the spa. You gonna walk around the world just swinging and hanging?
Yeah, because there's chicks out here too. So that kind of levels the playing field.
Oh, so you want to just let it swing and hang for all the chicks out here?
No, not for the chicks, but it ain't for the dudes. The bathhouse, it was gender based. Okay, let's not get into that.
Okay.
That was gender based.
Okay.
So walking around with the same gender, I'm not getting into that. I'm not getting into that.
I just was saying, like...
No, it's not the same thing.
But you're not going to be able
and
to...
you said you wouldn't bring that up again.
You wouldn't be able to block yourself from one gender out here. Everybody's going to see you.
Is coat a clothes?
You cannot have any garments on.
I'm still going... I can't just walk around barefoot. I can't walk around. What about that it's hot outside? Your fucking feet will burn up. You crazy.
But your body's going to be sweating.
I got a car.
They're going to arrest you.
Got a car.
You can't drive around naked with Jordans on.
Got a fucking car.
All right. Would you rather someone say they will provide you with unlimited food? You never have to buy food. You always can eat whatever it is for free. Or unlimited gas in your car.
Food.
Really?
Food. Yeah.
Even at these gas prices today?
Yeah, you're stuck on gas prices. They fluctuate up and down since we were
what if
little
they
people.
Keep going up?
It can't. It's not like... You sound like one of them things like, hey, they upped the tax from 7% to 8%. Now, what if it goes up to 30%? Like, that kind of shit can't happen.
Okay, no, that's a big jump. But right now, gas today, when I paid for gas the other day, it was $4.84 a gallon. Mm-hmm. So what if next week it's $5.84 a gallon?
What I'm saying is it's never going to be $25 a gallon. It's never going to be $18 a gallon.
Okay, what if it's $8 a gallon? It don't have to be 18.
It's been $8 a gallon before.
No, here. What are we going to do?
People going to buy gas. People going to pull up to the gas station and say, give me a fill up.
We're going to ration gas. Like people are going to stop going to work.
No, because that's how you make money. You need the money. So that's one thing, that's a thing you're going to manage. And as a money manager, you're going to buy gas because that's what gets you to make the money.
It's going to be taking so much of your paycheck.
That's what gets you to make the money, to pay the mortgage, to pay the car note, to feed the kids. You can't stop going to work because gas is high. People will carpool. People will ration gas. Hey, I'm not driving. I'm a park here, public transportation. But people are not stop going to work because gas is high.
They need to let people work from home.
Electric bills still coming. Water still coming. You can't. Gas high? Like, so what? It'll go back down. That's one of them things as a commodity people will always buy. Milk can be high. People still gonna fucking buy milk at an alarming rate. At an alarming rate. People still gonna buy that shit, like those commodities. So, I would pick food though, because you don't ever have to worry about food and you can eat for the rest of your life.
Yeah, because food is a big expense. I remember I used to hang my hat on not spending over $100 a week on groceries for us. Now,
yeah, if
I can spend under $200, that's a win. And it's usually like $225 between the Walmart, the Wegmans, the fish store. If we got to make a produce junction run, Jesus,
it could be a bit much.
And it's just two of us. Can you imagine if we had two other mouths to feed here?
No.
That's a wrap.
Crash out. Act 2 the podcast, episode 271. 271. I'm about to say, I know I erased it and did it again. 271. I am him. She is her. Y'all know who the fuck we be. If you fuck with us, you fuck with us.